Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Seth Geis from the Pastani Studios, John McTavish, and from the Box Press Studio, Jiunn Liu. How you guys doing?
Superb.
Good, man. Thought I broke my arm, but turns out I didn't, so all's good.
That's a pretty wide range of how you could
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
have your.
Hey, everything's good though, guys. Let's just be
Yeah.
everything's good.
positive.
Yeah, my arm's not
Yeah,
broken.
gotta slow down on the masturbation yanking rate.
Well, that's why I go lefty sometimes, right? Because I don't want to pull anything.
Well, that's
Right?
not what your wrists tell me. Look at the size of that forearm. Why is it so lopsided?
All right. So today we are talking about the Meerapfel Meir Robusto. Cigar is 4 7/8 by 50. That's about all I can tell you about the cigar. The country of
Wow, they get
origin, factory blender, wrapper, binder, filter, all undisclosed. I can tell you the cigar is $42. It was released in February of 2023, and we picked these cigars up from Corona Cigar Company. So if you are in the Florida area and near one of their locations, be sure to stop in for a cigar and a libation. But if you're not, you can always give them a call or go to the website, place an order, and they will ship it to you very quickly.
Can we
All
just
right.
say our
Yeah.
notes are all undisclosed and then just give our scores?
I guess you could do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
We
That's
should. Sorry.
very possible to do that. Yeah.
And then
All
at the
right,
end be like, no, it's really this. It's just
June.
like how the split is this.
All right. What do you think about it, June?
Okay, so today let's talk about a dried walnut, skin on dried walnuts. Okay. So this is actually what I put in my notes. So you have a dry walnut, for whatever reason in the first third, it was awesome. It was hyper sweet, right? But sweet, creamy, like nutty, kind of a sweet, creamy. But sometimes in a walnut, especially that skin part, it gets to be pretty like bitter and kind of leathery, right? And you got a lot of tannins coming off of that. But for the majority of this car, it was that bitter, leathery kind of a tannin filled um flavor profile that I ultimately thought was passable, especially for $42.
All right, Seth. What were your thoughts?
Yeah. Listen, first third was I was getting some cedar, sweet spices. There were some cloves, white pepper, light tobacco, coffee and cream. Medium strength and body. Second, third, I got some like additional honey cream notes, some cinnamon, tobacco and coffee. Let's see. Yeah, and the final third actually had like that mushroom quality, cedar, tobacco, white pepper spice, just medium strength and body throughout. Really amazing burn and draw. Construction was just perfect on it. So, John?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna be repeating a lot of what's already been said, but I got a lot of spices and graham cracker and sweetness in the first third. The interesting thing about the first third is it was kind of the most intense part of the cigar, but it was still kind of at the medium mark. So it was, I would say, restrained, European perhaps. And then June, I think, kind of talked about it. There was some tannins that kind of came through at the end of the profile. But I found those offset in the second third by creaminess and graham crackers. So that kind of did enough to balance it out for me. And then I would say right around 3/4 of the way through the second third, some earthiness came in. And I think that's where the profile sort of started to come unglued for me. With the last third kind of being mostly just dry wood and creamy earth. So it wasn't kind of at the same level of the first kind of 2/3, but it is quite soft. I think you have to reach a lot for the profile, and that might be a little off-putting for some people who aren't used to smoking like that. But perfect draw and perfect construction. So at least certainly on the construction side, they delivered on a super premium. So pretty good for me. Aaron, what about you?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with toasted cedar and earth, mild black pepper joined in pretty quickly, and then a floral note a bit later. Second third saw a vegetable note join in, and then the final third saw the pepper depart and the wood bitterness kind of join in and team up with the vegetable note. I thought the cigar had a nice start, but the second third, the cedar and earth were kind of dominant and created an overall dryness that kind of took things down a notch for me. Kind of cigar maintained that average profile the rest of the way. I just thought the cigar was too dry and kind of needed some sweetness or creaminess to kind of battle that dry core component. that was there. I'd be interested in smoking some of the other Vitolas, but at the price point, it just makes it tough to want to go back to it and do that. So I don't know. We'll see if I do it or not. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that. All right, so let's get into the scores. We will start at the top with Seth at 7.07. John gave it a 6.82. Jiunn gave it a 6.1. I gave it a 6 even. So Seth had that 7.07 matchup for you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the cigar smoked well, and it smoked, construction was great. I thought it was really good flavors. It was a $42 Robusto though, so it really should smoke this well. But in the end, we'll get to it. I just still think it's disappointing. I think there's better Cameroons out there. It scored really well, but again, I think it should.
Wait,
I don't
sorry, what? It's a better what? What's up
What?
there? Camera what?
There's better Cameroon releases out there, man. You
Cameroon.
take it away, John.
All right, John, 6.82.
I actually thought that was a little high. I was kind of expecting it to be somewhere between 6.5 and 6.75. So like I think about 6.82 and I'm like, does it match 6.82? And I mean, I guess it kind of does, but it's probably that price point that's kind of throwing me off, because like I think $42 and I'm like, man, for $42, it's really got to be in the sevens for me to justify. But it was cool to experience it. I mean, it was cool to review it. Yeah.
All right, Jiunn, 6.1.
There's better Fuentes out there,
Fuente?
What?
Yeah, my
Sorry.
my 6 even matches up well. I mean, above average flavor profile, really good construction. I think I just had a slightly wavy burn. Otherwise, I would have been identical to Jiunn. But for $42, I need more than a 6. So, yeah, pass for me.
I also had a bit of a wavy burn, but because I didn't need to touch my lighter, I didn't.
Yep.
I didn't dock it. So
Yep.
just yeah.
All right, final thoughts from you guys.
So $42 on a brand that most cigar shoppers that go, they probably don't know about, right? So
Well,
if you have a good
know about it.
tobacconist,
They're just gonna be like, hey, these guys grow all the Cameroon that Fuentes use.
Yeah.
So then, I mean,
Yeah.
then the consumer's gonna be like, oh, so is this a Cameroon cigar? And then the retailer's
They're
gonna
like,
be like, no,
undisclosed.
it's
Yeah,
probably we don't know.
yeah.
It's probably a Cameroon wrapper, and then there's gonna be all
Probably
these
got Cuban
speculations.
tobacco in it. I don't know.
There's all these speculations, and it's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. And plus, like, that's if you have a good tobacconist at the shop, right? That's gonna be able to give you that story. I mean, granted, if most cigar shops that buy this, which is I'm sure not in huge quantity of release. I mean, I just assume that. Actually, I don't know. But
Would you
they're
wanna
not gonna
spend
buy unless
$42
if they know it.
Would you want to spend $42 on a cigar if you asked your retailer and you said, what's tobacco in the cigar? And they said undisclosed, would you spend $42 on it?
If it was from Dion from Illusione, I might, but
No,
because
you
I think
wouldn't. That comment makes sense 2 years ago. It doesn't make sense anymore, John.
well, no, but that's what I mean. Like Dion, kind of at his height. Like if Dion
Yeah.
puts out something, I'm like, I trust him to put out something good. I don't know why he's not disclosing any information because I can figure it out anyways. Like all I need to do is talk to a couple people and they'll tell me exactly where it's being made. So like,
yeah, but not for this. Like this for this particular release that's undisclosed. New brand in the market. Super high pricing. Like, yeah, it's a tough sell.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Like maybe the idea is to create intrigue, but like I feel like in today's market, with consumers being more educated than ever, I don't know that necessarily would do that. I mean, I'm just guessing at what their
No, they're not that educated.
Consumers?
Yeah, cigar consumers are overall not that educated.
No, most consumers don't know, and they're never really going to know. And it's one of these things that I don't know. I think you could probably sell it. I think it's unfair to put that on retailers. I think it's stupid. I really do.
Well, that's just it, right? It is going to be on retailer shoulders to be like, well, I think it's made here, but then the consumer might think he's just, they're bullshitting them.
Well, and here's the thing: is okay. Meerapfels and the Fuentes pandemic They did a very good job of promoting the Meerapfels and educating people on the Meerapfel family. And
Good
these
show.
people grow tobacco in Cameroon. Okay, so
Mhm.
they have tons of pride on their tobacco that they grow in Cameroon. Wouldn't you want to share that you're using your tobacco in the cigar? I don't know.
So
That's just
that's what you're
my,
known for. That
if
most people know.
that's,
Yeah,
that's like, I don't know. That's like Romani
that's
Conti.
like
That's like
if I owned
that's
a.
like no, that's like being the winery in Romani Conti and saying, "Hey, where are these grapes grown?" We're not going to tell you. We can't tell you. We don't know where they're grown. I mean, they
Yeah.
could be South African grapes for all you know. You don't know what you're fucking getting. Like, it's just stupid.
Yeah, or like you go to a Panda Express, they're like, "What do you mean we don't have orange chicken? What is that stuff?"
Yeah,
Orange chicken? I've never heard of such a thing before.
All right. Anyways, next cigar.
All right, wherever you catch this video, be sure to like and subscribe and check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalace.com. Follow us on the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Cameroon?